you wake up in the morning feeling sleepy and grumpy, then you must be Snow White. And we are Hack the Dino. And this is You Don't Know Video Games, where we talk about the past, present, and future of video games and all the things that are good with video games.
Touching dwarves.
I'm the master of magnetism, Ben Rosenthal. Anto couldn't be here this week because it's Valentine's Day and he's spending that time with his other half. So I roped my other half to come in because I'm a romantic and made Jazz come on the podcast. Is this the first time you've been visually on the podcast?
No. There was a time, remember with Jazz on the couch and you were Spider-Ben?
But that was a Patreon special.
I wasn't a guest in that.
No, that was a patoot. But this is the first time you're on the desk.
Yes.
This desk.
Yes.
Don't do that. You tell Anto off all the time.
I know, and it's going to mess his mind.
He's watching.
Oh,
You're also going to make my expensive shit fall over again.
And that person's expensive shit is Floppy.
Hello.
What's happening, Floppy?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know how it goes.
To the left.
I need a haircut.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I wish I had hair to cut.
I will give you half of mine.
Okay. Brayden.
Hi.
How's your hair hanging?
Yeah, it's there.
It's there?
Yeah, it's still there.
It's up, down, all around?
It's on my head.
Cool.
Good.
We are going to talk about things today on this show with our mouths. We're going to move them and vibrate our vocal cords so audible stuff comes right out.
How
But
many
before we do
regrets
that-
are you having right now, Jazz?
She's lived with me for 11 years. She's had plenty of regrets.
Look at the face says it all.
Like speaking for her. I'm now getting a warning line coming up saying we need to thank some people. Floppy, who do we need to thank?
We need to thank our lovely producer-level Patreons, namely Dylan the Villain, Michael Towns of Game Boy Games, and Sutek.
Sutek sounds... I reckon Sutek sounds like...
An Egyptian god.
I'd say an Egyptian god, but sent to the future. So now he has like all this cybernetic...
Oh, like you're from Stargate.
Yeah, like Egyptian god, but he's got all this like cybernetic armor. And like,
And a jackal head.
And yeah. And like, has blades in his fingertips.
Yeah.
All that sort of cool stuff. What do you think of that, Jazz? You like that pitch?
Yeah. No. I don't know what you're talking about. I just like, oh, do.
Just go with it. You're an avid listener of the show. You're always telling me you listen to the show all the time.
I hear. So when Ben actually finishes editing it, I can't help but hear it as well. So
Is that where
I get to
Sutek's
hear
from?
all the good bits while Ben's asleep.
Is that really where Sutek's from?
It turns on.
That's just recent Doctor Who. It's what I think of every time I see the name Suit.
No, I think that might be where it is from.
So, Jazz, do you get to hear the show twice?
I do sometimes.
That's more than I listen to it.
Floppy barely
and when I
listens
see
to
on
it
Instagram,
once.
because I see the snippets that come up in my stories.
You see
which
the
is
what?
Good.
Sorry for that. Anyway, Jazz, why don't you introduce yourself to people who don't know who you are?
So I have been living with Ben for
We're so sorry.
for 11 years, and he's been doing this podcast, and then
What about you?
if Brayden or Anto isn't here, then I can help out with the moderating stuff, which is what I've done before this.
What do you do for
here.
fun?
For fun, I like to dance and I like painting.
You are an excellent dancer.
I
And
have
an
a
excellent
plein
painter.
air painting group that we go out once a month and paint outside in gouache or watercolor, which is fun. And
Is gouache the textured one?
No, it's something you have with your Sauv Blanc.
no, it's like a opaque kind of watercolor paint, I suppose. It's water based.
Okay.
And
You're an art-based person, aren't you?
I'm an art based person.
That's going to come in very handy later in the show.
Yes.
But you also, so you like art. What's your other big like?
My other big
Pokemon, right? It's
Well, I
Pokemon.
really like. Okay, I think he's insinuating that I like Disney, which I do. So
Yes.
this last year, I went to Los Angeles in the end of October and went to Disneyland the day before Halloween, and I picked up this.
That's a
awesome
great shirt.
Is that from the Goofy
That's
TV
so
show?
good.
It is.
It is from a Goofy movie.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like Michael Towns' suggestion in the chat where it says, since it's Valentine's Day, he thinks Jazz should be able to pick one thing from Ben's collection to sell on eBay live on air, and she can buy herself something nice with the proceeds.
I just think I would pick like the wrong thing.
Well,
and
we'll help
then
you. It's okay.
I would assume that
There's a li-
something.
And likewise,
Just anything in a box.
Michael Towns can pick his teeth up off the floor after I knock them out of
You know what? It would almost be worth it. I'm going to say it. Look, I'm going to say I think it's worth it. Just saying.
That's right. We bought each other dinner tonight, so that's nice.
That's
I
right.
paid, well,
What'd you get?
I'm going to pay for Ben's dinner because he ordered it and he's paid for mine.
Oh, I fucking got a rose at work today. I left it at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who gave you a rose?
Oh, someone?
That's really nice.
Do you know? It was a secret rose.
Yeah, it was a partner of one of my mates.
Oh, well. Okay.
It's a lovely rose, but it's sitting it is sitting in a glass of water at work out the back.
Brayden, what have you done for your lovely wife?
We are gonna after the show today. Sorry, I'm trying to set up a joke.
Okay,
God
sorry.
damn
Which
it.
one was Paulie Shaw?
Biodome.
After this, I'm gonna
Spurdy.
go home and I'm gonna watch Batman Forever
Why do you hate your wife?
because
This is the second time in a row we've had Seal on this podcast.
it's true.
Paulie Shaw was in Encino Man.
Yeah.
As he was like squeezing
Weasel.
the juice.
Buddy.
Buddy. He's a comedian, sort of, I think. Meant
I
to
think
be.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, in an
You'd know him if you've seen him.
He might be
With
a
the
comedian.
cheese, right?
Squeezing
Cheese.
The liquid cheese that he kept squirting into his mouth.
That's Brendan Fraser.
That was Brendan
No, no,
Fraser.
no.
No?
No, in a Goofy movie. You know how he has it's like whipped cream, but it comes in a can and he keeps spraying the cheese.
I have no idea.
Okay.
That was Paulie Shaw in the 90s.
Time to
That was
watch a
Paulie Shaw in
Goofy
the
movie.
90s.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's him. Okay, I get you.
we also, I said you like Disney and art and all that sort of stuff, which is good because that's going to tie in heavily to some of the coolest cartoon-based video games.
Oh, you've been with Ben 11
Excellent.
years. You have pro rata.
You get long service leave.
You get 13
I do.
weeks.
I've been taking it every week on a Thursday. I go and stay at my mum's.
Because 7 days is just way
I was
too
going
much
to say that the secret to a long-lasting relationship.
with me.
Time away.
Never go a full week with Ben.
Never go full Ben. Just remember that.
Oh, I thought you were going to go. But yeah, cool.
Yes. If you know, you know.
You know.
Anyway, do you know what I know?
do
I
you
know
know?
that there was a PlayStation State of Play that happened
We're not going to talk about what we've been playing.
one day. Oh, I played the PlayStation State of Play. Floppy, what have you been playing?
I played other things. I've been playing Lego Horizon. It's been
cool.
a lot of fun. I've been playing it with my kids.
That's a couple
Lego.
of weeks now.
Oh, that looks awesome.
It is so much fun because they've changed up the gameplay mechanics of the Lego games, which have not changed in like 2 decades. So it's actually way more narrative story without the parts where you have to stop and break the things to build the thing. The things to build are just there.
Oh,
So
really?
is it
great.
made by Naughty Dog?
No.
This
no,
game, or
no,
it's okay?
No. But it's a lot of fun. It follows.
This is on the
sorta-
Switch.
It is on the Switch.
It looks cool.
It's a lot. It's very, very beautiful, and it has like a base world where you build up your base and you can customize it with different designs from different Lego kits, like Ninjago and all that sort of stuff. And then you could dress Aloy up, but you can also switch between Aloy, Elrond. Was it Tessa? I think it was Tessa.
Elron Hubbard.
Yes. But yeah, it's just so much wholesome fun, and I find it a lot less tedious than some of the other Lego games had gotten because they were so big because they didn't change anything, so they had to make
Yeah, I
games
didn't
bigger.
finish Star Wars.
Star Wars. It was
just
because it
too
was
big.
massive,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I also didn't finish it because it was just too big.
Yep.
This one you get to go back to areas that you finished and do like hunt apex predators, so it's very, very Horizon
Like
with a
Neil
Lego
Gaiman?
skin.
Oof.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Wow. But yeah, I've been playing with my kids and we have a lot of fun because you
So-
can do it thingy.
Who made this game? Like what?
You know what?
Fun.
I don't remember off the top of my head. Let's find
I
out.
think Aloy.
Aloy made it. She found it with her focus.
Yeah. But it if you like those Lego games, I've got Star Wars, the complete one you can play. It's on the PlayStation 5.
Well, thank
right
you.
there.
Thank you so much.
That
You
was
sit there
so not going to happen.
So, Lego Horizon Adventures was made in collaboration with Guerrilla Games, the developers behind the Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon
I
Forbidden
was
West.
just looking that up.
And then it was also worked on by Studio Gobo.
Speaking of behind, Brayden, you want to fix that green screen?
Mate, this is as good as it gets.
No, it's not. I've seen better.
Wow. But yeah, I've
yeah.
been playing that, and I've been playing when the kids aren't around. I've been playing Devil in Me. I want to get through that. That's one of the Dark Pictures anthologies. If I can get through that, because a new one got announced. I don't know
really?
when for though. Yeah,
What's it called?
don't know. I just knew that it got announced.
It's in the state of play.
Yeah,
Ah.
I love these games though. I love a good horror film, and I like being an active participant.
That's what they are. They're just interactive movies, yeah?
Well, they're not just. It's not like sort of. It's not like just quick time events. You walk around, you find things, but conversations that you have, or actions that you do, or choices you make through multiple branching paths will determine who lives, if one dies, what things you found, how much of the story you uncover. So you can play them again, and like they're relatively short games. They're usually sort of 5 to 5 hours ish or something like that, or 6 hours. But yes, it is. They're definitely not fast paced games like you do watching interactions between people. Yeah, do. But I really like them, and it's just the kind of atmospheric thrillers that I enjoy.
Cool. Brayden,
Howdy.
what have you been playing?
I have finally hit Act 3 of Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
I'm
How many
ecstatic
acts are
about
there?
it. There's 3.
Okay.
But 3 is also bigger than all the other acts.
Wow.
So, because it's the entire city of Baldur's Gate. So I'm very excited about that. I've been having a wonderful time, and I won't bore anyone with it anymore.
do you know
It's
3
been
is the third loneliest number?
real good.
3 is a magic number.
It's excellent. It's been fantastic, and I love it, and I get why it won Game of the Year, and it's great.
So, Brayden.
Yeah.
You fucked that bear?
No. In fact, Halson...
Does anyone want to provide some context for Jazz on
So
that?
there's a druid who can turn into a bear, and you can romance that character.
You say it so much more poetically than Ben does.
Yeah.
I am beautiful with my words.
And
You're a writer,
and
dude.
you can play that game, and you can.
I
fuck
never
that
said I was a
bear.
good one.
But Halson, man, he's keen. He's a keen lad, and I had to turn him down and be like, "Whoa, calm down, man." Myself and Carl, like,
Oh, you turned him away.
Yeah.
You had the opportunity to fuck the bear and you turned away.
He was into it, and I was like, "Whoa, hold up, no, I'm with Carl. Like, calm down." So
Michaela will be so proud.
yeah.
I'm bitterly disappointed.
Well, you should play the game and fuck that bear.
Well, I would, but I'd probably bail before I even got to it.
Oh yeah,
He'd get stage fright and the bear would leave.
dude, that's a solid like 20 hours of gameplay, maybe.
Oh dear. That's a long time.
Ugh, gosh,
That's a
no.
whole game.
Man, we played World of Warcraft this week. That's the longest I've played a game I didn't like in ages.
I can't wait till we talk about that.
Okay, now we up to State of Play?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, cool. Hey, State of Play happened. And you know what a State of Play is there, Jazz?
I don't know what it is.
Sometimes Ben likes to scat.
Beep, bop, bop, ba-do-boo. State of Play is PlayStation. They put it on, 4 a year?
It's like a press conference.
And yeah, it's a thing they put up on YouTube and you watch it and you go, oh, cool, that's what they've got planned coming out. So you haven't seen it, have you, Floppy?
I know snippets of things that were in it, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it. I just have not had time. It
yeah.
happened yesterday morning.
Brayden, what did you think about it?
I thought it was all right. Like nothing. It was one of those ones where like nothing in it in particular called to me, other than a surprise cameo by someone who I really like.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, so good.
I did hear about that one.
Yeah.
I heard about
But otherwise, like it was fine. Like there was nothing crazy about it that I was like, oh my god. There was another there's 2 cool cameos I really liked. One of them was, ladies and gentlemen, my name is.
And the very last one?
And the very last one.
Yeah.
Slim Shady?
Do you know what's even
great.
better? Watching the Kind of Funny podcast.
Yeah.
Where they're watching it. And then
It's great.
go watch Alana Pierce when she watches it.
Ooh, I haven't done
Because
that.
he was there with her.
Oh, that's fun. Anyway, do you want to talk about this game?
Yeah, right, let's talk
Is
about...
this a Shinobi?
Yeah, so this I've just cherry-picked a couple of the announcements that came out that...
I did hear about this.
I'm not going to lie, interested me. So Shinobi, Art of Vengeance, new Shinobi game coming out on August 29th. Now,
So it looks very Metroidy.
well, I mean, all Shinobi games are side-strollers.
Side
Metroid-like
scrollers. But yeah, it looks. I like the artwork.
Yeah, what do you think, Jazz, of
I
the
like
artwork?
the artwork, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Have you ever wanted to be a ninja who could scroll side to side?
When I was really little and watched the 3 Ninjas, yes.
You watched the Three Ninjas?
I did.
You know, I only saw that for the first time last year with
Oh,
my kids.
really?
Yeah.
Did you watch the third one where Hulk Hogan was the bad guy?
Is that the Knuckle Up one? 3 Ninjas Knuckle Up?
I can't remember.
They call it what?
Is that the most realistic one?
Yeah, it is now.
I don't know.
Hulk Hogan's a
I
bad
don't.
guy.
I probably watched these when I was like 8 years old, so that's a long time ago.
So did you ever watch Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
What do you think of them?
I like the Ninja Turtles.
Good.
I like the cartoon Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
This looks like
Yeah.
a very Anto game. I think he's going to dig. No, I mean, this one does
Oh, look,
too.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I
Yeah.
reckon I might give that a crack.
Shinobi.
Speaking of Anto and giving things a crack, that's the sound his pants will make when Sonic Racing Crossworlds comes out. No specific launch date, but players can sign up for a network test on February 21.
So I wonder how different it is from Sonic Team Racing.
There's
Or
cars.
is that another well, there's in Sonic Team Racing there was too. But is this Mario Kart with Sonic?
I think so.
Absolutely.
I think they've announced that
I'm down with that. It looks cool.
they've said that it's going to have other Sega characters in it. They're going the Smash Brothers route.
Yeah, like,
they're going Mario Kart route.
Like
really, yeah.
they did All-Star Racing or whatever it was for the last one.
Yeah.
This one.
But this one, they're
Does-
leaning into the movies where Sonic throws a ring and then it becomes a portal to somewhere.
That's cool.
So that's the gimmick in this.
That's
one.
like Rift Apart, but with.
Yeah, it's Rift Apart the racing game.
I like the fact that there was dinosaurs once. That's cool. Because if there was one thing that every Sonic game has missed, it's dinosaurs.
Needs dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I do like the lore behind why Sonic races in a kart.
Why is that?
Do you not know what the official lore is?
No, I didn't know there was official law.
The official lore...
Is it because it's fair?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because people kept going, why does Sonic need a kart? And he goes, well, he needs a kart to make it fair for everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
It does.
Oh, he is a bit of a dick, though.
He's a massive dick.
So I'm not surprised if he has like a Flintstones thing underneath. He just it gets even faster.
No, so he gives the perception of being fair, but he's actually...
Yeah, he's
bit of
actually
a-
not. What is this?
This is, as I've put in the show run, some Digimon bullshit RPG.
It's true.
Brayden, you want to
Digimon RPG.
take the realms for this one?
I was
Rains
watching
even.
this and being
No
like,
realms.
what the hell is this? And then all of a sudden, halfway through, it's like, holy shit, is this Digimon? Because
It looks like a show and junk game.
it really comes out of nowhere. Like, I was really like, okay, cool. Like, this looks like a cool new JRPG. Like, might not be my vibe, but sure. And then all of a sudden, some of the characters showed up, and I was like, wait a minute. I know those characters.
That's Agumon.
Digimon, Digigo Monsters,
So
Digimon are
wild.
the
Did
Pokemon.
Digimon start as a game?
No, it started as an anime to try and rip off Pokemon.
Okay.
Try to,
Did
or successfully
Pokemon
did.
start as a cartoon or a game?
Started as a game.
As a game.
Okay.
That was the anime that sort of propelled it to insane heights.
Oh, I
And then
thought
they
it
brought
was
out
a
trading
TV show
cards.
first. Okay.
It does look like every other Digimon game, though.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. They all look the same because they all have Digimon. They all kind of just look like this.
Digimon's kind of like if you take Pokemon and inject it with Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, I think Digimon's more Pokemon, and then you slap like metal armor onto them. And make
I mean,
them,
that is cooler. That is a better
is
way
cool.
to do Pokemon.
now I would, yeah, Metal Mewtwo. Oh, what a badass.
Cool.
Next up, Brayden,
Yo.
a fan of yours. Well, you're a fan of him, but I'm sure he's a fan of yours as well.
Yes,
he does watch the show.
He told me he was a fan of you.
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman?
Paul
Paul
Heyman!
Heyman was at the PlayStation
Oh,
State of
he was
Play.
there.
He was there.
Not in-game footage or anything.
No.
We're talking like in their person.
He introduced
It was
the
amazing.
island.
That's that. Oh, I heard about the island. I don't know.
So
how
the
I feel
island
about it.
obviously is personifying
There he is.
the island of relevancy, which is where Roman Reigns resides when he's the tribal chief. He resides on the island of
He
relevancy.
resides. Yeah. Okay.
It's a metaphor.
Okay.
And then
That makes more sense,
WWE
though.
just went, you know what? Screw metaphors. Let's make an actual island just
with
filled.
an Air Jordan shop.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is what the online open world of the NBA 2K games look like.
Oh.
They're really cringe.
Yep.
Incredibly. And they are there to milk you of all of your money.
Yep.
And they are going to successfully do that with this.
So is this the whole game or is this?
No, this is the multiplayer
Okay,
mode
good.
for it.
Yeah, you've got an actual. I think.
Oh no, this looked like it had potential if they did not try and monetize it. Whoopsies.
Yeah, I think the whole game. I think you were saying the storyline in this year's WWE game is you have to try and join the.
Yeah,
bloodline.
you want to join the bloodline.
Yeah, you're trying to impress Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Brayden, how much of Paul Heyman's old stuff have you seen?
Enough from his like classic ECW days.
Okay, good.
And then him coming out with CM Punk, and then him coming out with Lesnar.
Have you watched the promo that he cut on Vince McMahon during the Invasion storyline?
Oh no!
I highly recommend that because before it, a week leading up to it, Vince told Paul, I want you to cut a promo on me next week, and I want you to shoot. And he goes, I don't want to know what you're going to say. And Paul said, well, how far can I go? And he goes, as far as you want.
Yeah, that sounds like the psychopath that is him. Yep.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it's exactly what you thought it was. Go and look that up.
Amazing.
Vince McMahon versus Paul Heyman. Jazz, what do you think of wrestling?
I think it's lovely.
This is the only time in the history of wrestling that's ever been called lovely.
No, I don't know. I think like lots of people like it, and I actually listen to podcasts and they talk about how much they like wrestling, and maybe one day I'll go and watch wrestling, but
If only there was a reason for you to go and watch
How long
some
have you been
local
doing wrestling, Ben?
Since I was 23.
Oh, since before you met Jazz.
Yeah, good.
I think because it's just like stage fighting, and that's
Yeah.
predominantly
It's
stage
almost like it's a
fighting.
choreographed
And then
performance.
It is, but it's
Kind of like dance.
I just don't really like seeing people get beaten up.
But they're not. They're all
So-
friends.
Yeah, I know they're friends, and there's a story, and they talk a lot. And
Maybe
then they
year
fight,
12 of the
and-
relationship is the year that WWE crosses over.
Not WWE.
Or-
I
sorry.
get what we tried watching. That
Right,
was it Glow?
RCW?
Glow that.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Glow.
female wrestling in the
the
70s?
I tried. It was
That was
alright,
great.
but
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
just
I mean, it was alright.
people punching each other, like whether it's real or fake. I'm like, I
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked the guy that played the manager. He was a wanker. But he was meant to be, and that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and then I get it that it's not the focus of the show, but
You know what I did at training the other week?
To punch a girl.
No.
Oh.
No. We were doing sparring training,
Mhm.
and I went to kick someone, but from a safe distance. But I slapped my thighs. I did it like they do in the wrestling, so it sounded like I really.
So
made
did everyone
contact.
go whoosh?
Yeah, it was great. Anyway, Borderlands 4 is coming out on
I am
September
so
23.
keen.
Really?
Yeah, because I hear that they're going back to old school 1 and 2 Borderlands style stuff.
Now, we first saw a teaser
Look at
for
it. It
this.
looks so good.
We saw a teaser for this a couple of months back, and you weren't that sold on it.
No.
What's changed your mind?
Other people that I know that are very much have the same thought on Borderlands that I do. So I was quite tainted by 3.
Right.
I didn't particularly like it. I didn't like what they did with the story. I didn't like how much they focused on just not the fun.
Yep.
And everything I've heard so far about this one since then is it's going back to its roots of fun, over the top, hyper violent, stupid, just
Guns that shoot guns that shoot guns.
it's just fun. It's just fun. And I really like the cell shaded comic book style. Like it just looks cool as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of first person shooters, but it does look very cool.
So Borderlands 1 and 2, I played a lot of, and it was one of the very few games until Fortnite with you guys came along that I would play with friends. Otherwise, video games for me personally is a very sort of individual thing.
Mhm.
I do it by myself.
No, same.
I remember specifically one New Year's Eve. I can't remember what year it was. 3 mates and I, and we set up 2 TVs in the lounge room. We had 2 PlayStations, and we played 2 games of split screen, all 4 of us together on Borderlands 2, and then we watched Teeth. That was very different.
Yeah, right.
But we played Borderlands, and it was cool, and it was a great time, and I'm looking forward to it getting back to that feeling.
What do you think of Borderlands, Jazz?
is that what we just saw a snippet of?
Yes.
I think it's a bit overwhelming. Like I watched the trailer and it's all too fast, and I think I would just freak out if I was playing that game.
Now, for those of you who don't know much about Jazz, which may be many of you, you're not really a video game player, are you?
So Ben had a Switch. He gave me this. He bought this Switch Lite
Yep.
because it was a Pokemon version. So he has another version of the Switch, and he gave me one, and I use it on airplanes because I am an anxious flyer as a distraction, and I play. So far, I played the Aladdin on the Super Nintendo. Like they brought back the Disney afternoons.
Was that the game that
games.
had Aladdin and Lion King on the same one?
And the Jungle Book as well.
Yeah,
But I've only played Aladdin because the Lion King's too hard. I played Theme Hospital, the first Theme Hospital when it was on a PC.
Is that that's your favorite game, isn't it?
It was one of my favorite games.
I remember.
And then so that we got 2 Point Hospital, which is the Switch version of that, and then I have Super Mario Brothers. And I just and Dreamlight Valley. Sorry. Because it's got Disney stuff in it. So Ben was
It's
like,
Animal
you'll
Crossing,
probably
but
like
Disney
it.
characters.
And then
Yeah.
I just like going out and pulling out weeds and getting a where it's the pick that you can
You
pick
like
out
cozy
rocks
games.
and you break the rocks out and
Minecraft.
It turns into things.
Smasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like those things where you
A
hit
pickaxe?
Fishing rod.
a pickaxe.
A pickaxe.
Yes,
fishing axe.
and you smash the rocks, and then I like getting rid of the rocks and the weeds, and
It's
and
basically
that's
like
it.
cleaning up the yard.
Yeah, I like cleaning. I like cleaning in
Yep.
the. In
You'd
this
like
game.
Power Wash Simulator.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brayden, what do you think of Borderlands 4?
Meh.
All right, then. Well, what do you think of my pick of the show?
Well, very quickly for Floppy. Floppy, you got to go watch this trailer properly. This is the next game from Supermassive, the folks that have been doing those games that you've been playing.
Yeah, the anthology.
Dark Pictures and stuff.
Dark Pictures anthology.
Uh,
this is the next one.
This is their new one. It's a spaceship horror. And
Ooh, that's right up my alley.
it stars, I believe her name's Tiona Paris, who is Photon from the MCU,
Okay.
from Captain Marvel, and the
Monica LeBeau's mum.
Yeah, that one.
Is it her mum? Yeah, it's her mum.
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't think I saw that movie, but I'm down. I like this because every one of these games, they don't follow on from each other, so you can play them in any order, but they do all sort of tie together with a common thread. But they all have a different sort of very different settings. They're not the same games. Like the first one was a ghost ship.
Cool.
The second one was dealing with like the sort of Salem witch hunts and that sort of era, and flipping back and forth in time. The third one was in like Afghanistan in a cave.
Oh, Jesus.
But then it was very military based. The one I've got at the moment is about serial killer. And this one is a sci-fi. Like that. I just love them. They just tick all the boxes.
I do like sci-fi. Anyway, as I was saying,
Thanks, mate.
before Brayden brought up a very good point and discussion was needed, had and welcomed, actually. Anyway, Darwin's Paradox. This came out of nowhere, and I friggin' love it. And I'm really hoping I get to play it because it's...
It's an octopus.
yeah, you're just an octopus.
It's Octodad.
You're trying to escape a food processing plant.
Oh.
That's it. You're trying to get out there.
It's got big limbo and inside energy.
It does, but...
You know what
Oh my
you know what energy I'm getting? I'm getting Abe's Exodus or Abe's Odyssey.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
getting Finding Nemo too.
Oh my god, it is just Finding Nemo 2.
It's actually Finding Nemo
Finding
3.
Dory. It's the octopus in that film that like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so right. It is just that.
with the Jay from Modern Family. That was his character.
It is just that.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that
Jay
looked great.
from Modern Family. Which one was
Ben,
Jay?
how do you feel about the fact that that's the next game from Konami?
Well, you know, like...
Hey, they're back in making games.
They gotta do something good
True.
eventually, right?
It does look cool.
Speaking of Konami doing something right, this isn't one of them.
This is incredibly right.
3 Delta got a release date, August 23. Floppy.
Can I honestly, because I know you're not looking for this, I don't think I've ever really figured out why.
What?
Why you were kind of down on this being done.
Because it's not Kojima.
Is that all?
Well, they're taking Kojima's work
Yeah.
and just re-releasing it.
They've made it better though.
But it's still his work.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But from memory, they were going to use the original lines of dialogue, so they didn't have to pay the actors again to revoice their characters. That was a bit, you know.
I mean,
Kojima, I can understand. There was a falling out there. All right, whatever. He was.
But
paid
like
to
they've
do a job.
remade a game that's a great game, and it's now going to look even better.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I mean, graphics aren't a big selling point for me.
No, I agree, because I can quite often love a game that's graphically not meant to be realistic or not trying to be, but has a great story. That has both.
So in the live chat, we've got Afronix saying this kind of looks lackluster to me. Thank you. It does. It just doesn't.
It's my most
But
anticipated
Townsy
game
said he
this year.
liked this part.
This is one of my favourite games, so I cannot wait to see one of my favourite games.
So what does that mean?
Modernised.
Are they bundling Ape Escape in there?
No, so there's an Ape Escape mode in Peace Walker.
And Snake Eater.
Snake
Oh,
Eater.
really?
Yeah, it was something to do with the monkey.
And then they've said and more. So there's going to be something else there? Who knows?
Well, Judge, you know about my dedication to Hideo Kojima. What do you think of?
obsession,
I got him a
unhealthy
T-shirt that says Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, it's a Kojima.
My favourite part is that you weren't 100%
And it
sure
looks
to say
like
it
he
right.
has a green one, and it looks like he's wearing a greens T-shirt. but
It's a green-
It's a Kojima shirt.
I can't wear it because it's green on the podcast because we have a green screen and I'd just be a head.
Oh, boo.
But it says it's fluoro green, and just says a Hideo Kojima shirt. That's it. That's all it says.
When
It's
you
real good.
edit this, you should totally get a photo of you in that T-shirt and then edit it into the show.
We don't edit this. What are you talking about?
Just afterwards.
But there is another Hideo Kojima shirt story. As we all know, we've seen on this podcast a couple of times, I've got a Kojima Productions shirt, a black one with the Kojima Productions logo on it. I bought it when Kojima Productions basically first launched and whatnot and wore it. And then I was, birthday or Christmas, I can't remember. I think it was Christmas. I put it on one day and walked out, and Jazz was just looking at me, giving me daggers. I went, what? And Jazz just went, nothing. Okay.
Always a good sign.
What'd you get me for Christmas that year, Jazz?
I think it was the same.
It was
shirt.
exact same shirt.
Yeah. I was like, rude. And because it's not something you can just walk into a shop and buy. Like, you actually have to order it. So
Yep. So now I've got two
difficult.
Kojima Production shirts, which is good because I wear them anyway.
Wow. I just
That's a cool shirt.
I personally think Kojima is at his best when he's got people there to rein him in.
I completely agree with you. Yep.
And I think he's very up himself.
Oh, he thinks he's pretty good.
Yeah, so
Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
okay with someone taking something that he's done and just improving it if they were like
isn't
part
that
of
like
that
the
anyway.
highest form of flattery?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
No, the highest form of
Imitation?
flattery is going, hey, you did a good job. Let me shake your hand.
Yeah, but if they're an arsehole.
Impersonation?
He's not-
Imitation?
What
No.
evidence is there that Kojima's an arsehole?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just assuming. Not even assuming. I'm pondering.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kojima. We still love you here.
I like some of the stuff you've
Ben
made.
loves
We'd
you.
love to have you on. It's
Actually,
cool.
you know what? I really wouldn't. That would not be a fun time.
Yes,
Fucking hell.
All right. Now, here's something you may not have known, Floppy.
Correct.
Days Gone's getting a remaster.
I know. I heard this. This is great.
Now,
This game was so underrated.
you were a
I was
ardent supporter of it.
I don't. It came out. I can't remember what it came out next to, but it came out. Oh, it's like the month before. It was something really big, and I can't remember what it was. Or it might have been the same day as something massive. Maybe Brayden can suss it out for me.
Regardless, it was met
but
with
regardless-
less than stellar reviews, wasn't it?
No, not reviews. The reviews were fine. It was great.
So
it
who
was
hated
just,
it?
Nobody hated it. It just people bought the other thing.
Is this a zombie game?
Yes.
it's a
Yeah,
zombie
I
game.
don't like it.
But didn't Sony come out and go, oh, well, there's no more Days Gone. We're not doing it anymore. That franchise is dead. And
no,
then
they
people went,
never-
no, what are you doing?
They just never really did anything. Like I
okay.
don't think they officially announced that it was dead with it. The game is great. Like it looks really well. It looks really good. The bike mechanics were the best bike mechanics I've ever seen in a game for riding. The upgrade system was very cool. The hordes, so you would fight zombies, but then there were these areas where you would have hordes of zombies that you had to sort of get through to level up. The story was like really cool and captivating, and it was just released at a time that there was something that was massive, and I wish it was something like a Fallout 4 or something like that. It wasn't that one, but it was the same thing with Mad Max. Mad Max came out on the day that Fallout 4 came out.
Oof.
Mad Max,
Great game. I've played that one.
amazing game,
Yeah.
but it suffered from the fact that it had something else come out that was way hyped and way more looked forward to, and this was a new IP. So this was an unknown.
All I can find is like Mortal Kombat 11.
No, it was something that was like within the same month or a week later or something.
Does
Yeah.
Mad Max have zombies in it?
No.
Okay, good.
But it was the same sort of thing, and Mad Max came out and got overshadowed by it. 'Cause-
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it must be that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
it's not that one. Anyway, but yeah, so that's really cool. I'm glad this is happening because, yeah, it didn't flop. It's one of those ones that came out. It didn't sell as well as they were thinking, but then they didn't do anything with it, and it just sort of grew and grew
We've spoken
from
about this
people
before.
talking about it.
Companies need to pull back their expectations of what video games can earn.
Yeah.
Like, especially Square Enix. We've spoken about this before, but you can't expect every single game you make. You can't pump as much money and time and effort into these games and expect it to make $1 billion because it's just not going to happen. There's
Yeah.
not the ecosystem for that, especially at the moment. So just stop it, Konami. Fuck's sake. We're talking about Square, but fuck you, Konami. Now, this one, Metal Eden. I don't know if this has been announced previously, but I thought Floppy might be interested in it, and I don't think this is it, is it?
I've never seen.
No, this is just for Floppy. This is Stellar Blade.
Oh, there you go.
Was it
Stellar Blade's doing a crossover
little-
with Nike.
Yeah, DLC. I think it's the same company that made.
That's really
that
cool.
other
I'm
game.
glad it's happening, but I never played DLC.
Um,
But that's awesome. It looks great and such a cool game. It was one of my favorite games from last year.
have you heard of Metal Eden?
No.
So maybe it was an announcement. I'm not sure. Do we have the footage there, Brayden? See if Floppy's down for this. Is this it?
I don't know.
Is that the video I linked you?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Oh, this one.
He's just playing random stuff.
Here we go.
Oh, no,
Oh.
I'm just scrolling through the state of play.
Yeah, this is it.
Well, I mean, I do like sci-fi mix sort of cyborgy stuff.
That's why I thought of you.
Oh, wall running. I do dig a bit of wall running.
I think
Well,
it's a
there's
running
corridors in it too. I think my work would really like this. Sci-fi corridors.
Jazz works for a construction company where they deal exclusively
In
in
sci-fi
corridors. No,
corridors.
just
Yes,
corridors.
we design
Mix
corridors.
They don't do the
And
whole house,
crates.
just corridors.
This looks cool.
Yeah?
This looks very cool. This does look like it's right up my alley.
It does look cool. The mechs are cool.
I love good mech suits.
I love good fluoros. Like
Look
Tron.
at that.
How good's Tron? Round of applause for Tron, everyone.
How good?
Yeah.
No, you know what?
Woo!
That looks like a really cool version of the motorcycle mech suits from the third season of Robotech, and originally it was Muspida. I can't remember what it was originally called.
So who made this game?
Brayden?
Okay, give me a second.
No!
Why don't you just know things like Google?
Gosh.
Was
Oh, here it'll come up. Is it going to come up?
Probably no.
No,
Okay.
that looks cool. When is that?
May
May
6th.
6th. Oh, that's soon.
It does look cool, and the thing that I wish is like I see these trailers and I kind of wish they were a movie, and then I find out that they're a game, and I'm like, oh.
Well,
If
can
you
play the
like
game.
Yeah,
that
I
sort
know,
of stuff,
but it's because it takes a long time, whereas you can watch a movie in under 2 hours.
there was there's some anime that I could point you towards that are anime films, so you can watch them in an hour and a half or whatever. That kind of have that vibe if you're keen.
Or we can just watch Tron Legacy again. That would also be cool.
We have so many movies to
They
watch.
are Raycon games. They're the same developers of Ruiner.
Ruiner.
Never heard of them.
Which
what
this
what
one.
was their
Ruiner,
name?
I barely
What's
know
the
it.
company called?
This one.
Ruin. Oh,
Do you recognize this at all?
no.
Floppy?
No, I do not.
Sorry, we're just
Ruiner.
laughing at my extremely good joke.
Okay, fair enough.
Good job.
Would you like to repeat it for the rest of the podcast?
No. They can go back and listen to it and go, oh yeah, good
No,
one,
they
Ben.
won't, and that's why you think you're safe.
They can jump in the Discord and go, hey Ben, that's pretty well done. Good on you. Just give me a thumbs up in our Discord. Hackthedino.com. Go to the Discord. Ben, thumbs up. Good joke. Well done. Last but not least, the one last thing. Saros. This was a cool cinematic, but I just personally getting kind of sick of cinematic trailers announcing games.
But it's Rahul Kohli, Ben.
Oh, I'm not against that.
Hell
What's
yeah.
wrong with cinema? Oh, that looks cool.
It looks gorgeous, but it's cinematic. It's not indicative of any type of game. So I can't tell.
I mean, it is. It's in the game.
Well, you don't know that.
Surely it's going to be like
That's
a
the thing.
cutscene or a...
Look at Death Stranding. Like,
Yeah, but look who made it.
I know, but that's my point. Like, they can come out with trailers, cinematic trailers, go, hey, look, it's a proof of concept. It's not the actual game.
It's an announcement trailer. Let people get hype.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Floppy, do you know what this game is?
No.
This is the next game from the Returnal developers.
This actually looks really
Ooh.
cool.
So is that's the same guys that did the
What is
OG
that
Dead Space?
coming out of that thing?
Oh, no, that was the Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, that's that one.
That
No,
looks cool.
So Returnal
I didn't like it,
is,
but it looks cool.
It's Housemarque, who did... They do a lot of the like bullet hell stuff.
yeah.
And then obviously with Returnal, they did that with a third-person shooter in space.
Is that an actor I know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Rahul
Rahul Kohli, who you would know from... Oh, God.
A lot.
He's from iZombie
No,
back in the day. He's from The Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, and what was the most recent one?
Midnight Mass is the vampire one.
Yeah.
I
Who's the
actually don't
sheriff?
think I've seen any of those.
And he's in something else as well. But
Extremely
Christina's
talented person.
asking, do I like Ghibli stuff? And yes, I do.
Yes.
I
You-
like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, and they're the only Ghibli things that I've seen, but they're great.
You haven't seen Totoro?
No, I haven't. I
We've
haven't
got it.
seen them. Yeah, I just haven't watched. Oh, and Kiki's Delivery Service.
hell
but-
yeah.
Is that the one
love
with the cat?
Kiki.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine has a black cat named Kiki, and I think that's why.
Oh.
Mine is Spirited. I like Spirited Away, and there was another one I can never
I like
remember.
my
the
friend
name.
Totoro.
Oh, Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
That's
One of
that's
my
not as cozy.
We have
though.
that one as well.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched it yet.
No, because Parker went through a phase of where she loves Studio Ghibli, so we have them all on
Hmm.
DVD. But there we go. That's the short of it. It wasn't that short. But
It was really long.
Michael Towns in the live chat said, "Hey Ben, you should never show a grave of the fireflies." I will not be doing that.
What is Grave of the Fireflies?
You don't want to know. You do not want to know. Needless to say, don't eat tin lollies. Everyone, stay away from lollies in tins. They're not good for you. Don't do it.
I don't understand.
Watch Grave of the Fireflies. You will after you finish crying. Speaking of animation and cartoons, I've compiled a bit of a list.
Okay.
A bit of a list of games based on animated movies or TV shows. Mainly TV shows, but a couple of movies in there as well. Put it together, and I thought we'd see if you played them, Jazz, or if you'd want to play them. Or
Well, I
what you
did
think
tell
of them.
them all the games that I've played, so I think we already
So they
know.
reckon some of them might be in here.
So first one I've got is, this is no particular order, I've got 10 here. You should play these games because they're all a bunch of fun. First one is South Park Stick of Truth. So you play as the new kid. You join the main characters in this puzzle-solving RPG, which feels more like an interactive episode of the TV than it does a game.
I would play this.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I would play
Do you
it.
like South Park?
I like South Park.
South Park's fantastic. I really need to catch up on the...
I really
latest
liked the
episodes.
number 2 game,
Really?
which was the sort of a take on the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right, as opposed to this one, which was very much a World of Warcraft
Yeah.
type thing.
This was more fantasy based. I enjoy the gameplay of both of them, but I was more under the fractured butthole.
Yes. As per usual.
Fractured but whole, WHOLE.
No.
There was a play on words there.
Brayden,
I didn't get it.
you ever played these?
Yes, I played this one.
Is this the one where it got censored in Australia
Yeah,
and they
it
just
is.
showed a picture of a kangaroo, koala?
Yeah, yeah. I think that was the exact thing I shouldn't be showing, but it's on YouTube already, so
Depends
clearly
on
it's
your
fine.
opinion.
Yeah, it did get censored because of the Australian Ratings Board.
Australian Rating Board wanted to give it an R because of the anal probe scene.
Yeah.
So what they did is they left the footage audio in there and just put up a picture of a koala bear. just koala bear.
Why do they think that's...
It got passed.
We've had movies like Bad Boy Bubby that... Whoa!
And it reads, "Sorry, Australia, you're not able to play this section of the game." I can't see the rest of it.
In this part, Mr. Mackey, Craig, and so are getting probed in the ass and all this stuff.
Yeah, anyway.
Wow. What a time to be alive.
And speaking of time to be alive, 1991. My God, I miss the 90s. That's what a midlife crisis does to you kids. Back in 1991, they released a plethora of really awesome arcade games when arcades were still a thing. And one of those games was based on the Spider-Man comics/cartoon.
Oh, yes.
In this one, you guide as it's a 4-player game: Spider-Man, Black Cat, Hawkeye, or the Submariner, as they punch and kick their way through 4 chapters worth of Doctor Doom's villains. I mean, it says Doctor Doom's, but the Green Goblin's in there as well. The game zooms between
Scorpion.
alternate large and small-scale 4-way scrolling sections.
I love a good 4-way scrolling section.
Yeah, you should have stopped that sentence early. Anyway, this game rules, and is extremely expensive. Now, the best thing about this as well,
So what's this on?
the arcade,
Arcade cabinet.
but you can play it now on, I think, some of the download services. The arcade cabinet was freaking massive. It was one of the first ones to have those really big screens.
Oh, okay.
It may even be... No, it wasn't a reprojected.
Was it 4-player?
Yes, it was a
So it had
four-player.
like the full...
Yep, the curved
Yeah,
bench.
like the NBA.
Yeah.
And Turtles.
So one of the first ones to do that. Yeah, Turtles and The Simpsons and all that. All those classic games, which we might hear from. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance to play these games, really, really cool, really good fun time. Next one. Oh, Jazz, would you play that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
You play a bit old...
Yeah, I
punchy,
really like
kicky
Spider-Man.
That's good, because I kind
That
of
explains
do as
a
well.
lot.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Look at Hawkeye's outfit. Do you think that looks cool or stupid?
Do you know what? All right, so I was reading comics in the
No.
90s. And haven't really stopped. I know, right? And I keep saying, if you had told 15-year-old Ben, hey, one day there's going to be a Hawkeye. Hawkeye's going to be a sought-after character and he's going to be in movies and have his own TV show, and people are going to like him. I would have laughed in your face.
Yeah, but it's Jeremy Renner that plays Hawkeye.
Well, I know, but like back then...
Yeah, like if Jim Carrey played Hawkeye, they probably wouldn't like him.
Oh, I probably would have liked him more. Right, wow, we got Kingpin fighting Black Cat on top of an airship. That's cool. Anyway, next game is this one there. Aladdin for the Super Nintendo. Jazz, tell us about this game.
I have played this recently, and I can't actually get past the lava level.
How
With
the
far
carpet?
in is
With
that?
the carpet, it's just too hard.
How far in is that?
It's the third level.
I mean, based on the movie, that's not very far in.
Yeah, it's not very
So
far.
when you've got into the Cave of Wonders, you find the lamp and you get... So you're trying to get out of the Cave of Wonders?
Yep, as it's falling apart.
You know what? I don't think I've ever got past that either.
I finished this game.
My
This is one of the
brother,
games-
so my brother had a Super Nintendo, and he finished the game. So I've seen people finish it. I just can't.
No, you just need to practice more.
Wasn't there something different between this and another release?
Yeah, so the Sega had one as well. The Sega one, you could have Aladdin having a sword.
Instead of throwing apples?
Correct.
Well, actually, on the Switch version that I'm playing, there's like 3 versions of
Yeah,
this
you've
game.
got the Sega one on there, and you've got the this one as well.
And there's a third one.
Is he flying using like material from his pants?
Well, no, he uses it in the movie, I think. All I gotta do
One
is
step ahead of the law, man.
I think it's just a rag that he has.
Well, remember, when he's evading all the guards, he jumps off the side and glides down, and then he hears, "And now we feast." And there's that little kid with a little brother.
Gotta eat to live.
Breaks it in half.
Still,
Gives it to
I
her.
think he's rather tasty.
Dun 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 dun.
Cool podcast material.
As we were discussing the other week, it's the
Well,
Ultra
maybe-
Instinct theme
maybe I
goes to
should-
that song.
I
Maybe I
like
should try.
watching it too. I like watching other people play it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Anyway,
I
yeah, it's a fun
really should
game.
go back and try it. I don't think I ever got past that level either, Jazz.
The final fight is with Jafar as the snake. And
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
Which
Yeah.
Mario Brothers is the one with where you get to Bowser and he's shooting fire at you?
That's the one with Bob
that's
Hoskins.
all of them.
No, I think it's the first one, right? Isn't it the first in the Super Mario All Stars, the first game?
Yep.
Yeah, that one like I literally can't get past Bowser. I just get there and
In the
then I
first
die.
world?
Yeah,
Why can't you get past him?
I don't know. I just can't.
You just jump over him.
I can't even get that far.
But you don't run and jump, do you? You walk and jump. You don't use the run button, so you don't get the extra.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure I have this
But
on
I die.
PS1, and I have the sequel on PS1, I reckon.
They released this on PS1?
I don't... Well, maybe it's just the sequel.
I reckon just the sequel, because it was The Search for Abysmal or something that was based on the
First
TV
TV
movies.
Yeah, TV
Yeah.
movie, direct-to-TV movie.
See, I love
Voiced by
this.
Jalcin Alexander.
I love how angry he gets when you jump on him. He cracks it.
I mean, wouldn't you?
So good. Yeah.
But
it's
he's
funny.
he's so angry that he's a bit shit at what he's doing and he misses you.
Yeah.
I'm
then-
thinking that Brayden is
What's
playing
that, John?
this, but no, it's a clip from YouTube.
No, Brayden's playing that.
I'm playing every single game
That's
that we
why
show.
I forgot. We're
Brayden
like
is playing
watching
it.
snippets of someone else that's very good
No,
at
no,
this
it's
playing.
actually Brayden.
Okay.
That's Brayden.
Okay.
No, it's Princess Jasmine. She's just in disguise. So
No,
I
no,
can
it's
see how you-
Brayden. He's in the game as Princess Jasmine.
I'm the monkey.
And the monkey. What's the next one?
But yeah, very cool game, and I recently got a box for it.
That's
on my
very
travels. So he's.
Oh,
I
you
just
got the
need to-
Lion King down there too.
Yeah.
Ben can sell that to me for Valentine's Day.
I mean, you live with me.
Sell it to you.
According to the law, it's half
80
yours.
bucks.
Yeah, okay.
80 bucks.
Actually, they go for about 150.
150 bucks. But for you, 80 bucks.
Next game is one of my personal favorites, and there was no way this was not going to be in the list. It's DuckTales for the NES and the remaster.
Didn't it come out on the Wii U?
No, this originally came out on the NES. It was a Capcom game. It was the time Capcom had a period of time where they just released freaking amazing game after amazing game after amazing game based on Disney properties. So some we'll go into in a minute, but there was Chip and Dale.
Rescue Rangers.
There was Tailspin, which was a shoot 'em up, side-scrolling shoot 'em up.
Here.
What I love about this is the music is absolutely sensational. Like, go and look up and listen to the Moon theme.
Those spiders look like this is like a cross between that Cuphead game and
Yeah, well, this is
DuckTales.
we're watching the remaster.
is
Remaster
really
here.
cool.
The remaster. Yeah.
What was the remaster on?
It was on Wii U and PlayStation 3
Maybe that's where I've seen
and
it.
the Xbox 360. So actually finished this remaster not long ago.
I've got a box copy of this on
Really?
This is really
NES,
cool.
NES.
Oh, you've got the NES one.
NES.
Yeah. So you've got the original one that came out on the NES.
Yeah.
So it plays exactly the same. It's great. What I really love about the remaster is they got the original voice actors from the cartoon to come back and
Oh,
voice,
that's cool.
their lines.
If they didn't, you wouldn't have bought it.
Well, I don't own it. I only have this digitally. And it's like a legacy item. I bought it on my 360 when I had it. And the only way I can play it is if I have the ability to log on through.
Is this on the Switch?
Well, the 360 store's not a thing anymore. So.
No, but it's on my 360. So it's on my account.
Still on your 360?
I've played it on my freaking Xbox One down there. Sorry, Jazz, what'd you
Is
say?
this on the Switch?
No, it's not on the Switch. Unfortunately, it hasn't
But it's
been
on the
released.
Super Nintendo?
No.
What is this on?
This is on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. The original is on the NES. So the original one, Brayden, can we go back to the original one?
Yes.
The original one is NES 8-bit graphics, so you may not like it. But I've got the remaster.
I like 8-bit graphics. Who said I didn't like 8-bit graphics?
I think you have multiple times.
I have never said that in my life.
I distinctly remember you
Rude.
saying, Ben,
So
what is this
rude.
bullcrap? And then putting
No.
a fishing axe through
No.
my TV screen.
No. No.
Anyway, this is the
This
8-bit
is
version.
cool.
You say a fishing axe?
Yeah. She's got a fishing axe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, anyway, DuckTales. Great game. Everyone play it.
DuckTales.
Ben,
Is
don't you
this
have
on the Switch?
don't you have an Xbox down in the cabinet down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy it on Xbox for $3.73.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Buy it on Xbox, Ben.
What, the... well, I've recently cancelled my...
It's
Townsy
on
has got a quote from Jazz that
It's
says,
on-
I hate 8-bit graphics.
Xbox One and Series S.
I've never said that in my life.
Xbox One and Series S, $3.73.
Everyone buy that right now. I'm pleading with you. Please do it and play it. It's fantastic.
Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
I'll play
I
it.
finished it a couple of months back.
We can play it today.
Speaking of which, Darkwing Duck on the NES. Another one of those absolute
Let's get dangerous.
bangers. Like, this came out at a time where Darkwing Duck was the coolest character, well, at least for me when I was a kid. Brayden, do you know much about Darkwing Duck?
You bet I do. I watched the entire new DuckTales,
Oh, awesome.
where they bring him up as a
Washed-up actor?
washed-up old actor, and it's
Yep.
great.
Hang on. What?
Yeah, the
Oh,
new DuckTales
Floppy.
reboot with David
You
Tennant.
got to
and
watch
Scrooge
the
McDuck.
new DuckTales. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like David Tennant.
Oh,
What?
fuck off! You're not in this house anymore.
Why
Yeah,
don't-
I concur.
Why don't you like him?
I've never enjoyed anything that he's done.
Who else do you not like, Floppy?
Not
Probably
everyone,
lots of
apparently.
people.
Probably hates everything.
I'm not saying he's a bad person. I just haven't liked anything he's made.
I don't love him as much as Ben loves him.
I'm
Yes.
also not a Doctor Who fan
Okay.
at all.
Well, I like Matt Smith Doctor Who more than David Tennant Doctor Who.
I liked. I can't even remember his name. He was just the fourth Doctor.
Can't believe I'm sitting between these two.
He had the big fro and the massive.
That's a
volume.
nice photo of,
Would you
of
like a
David
jelly baby?
Tennant.
But yeah, no, I'm just not a David Tennant fan.
Fine. You can be wrong. That's
Maybe
fine.
he just hasn't been in something that you liked yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I
Probably.
haven't seen something that I've enjoyed.
Have you seen Good Omens?
No,
It's got Martin Sheen in it as well. And
I
he's
do
lovely.
like Martin Sheen.
Wow. Okay, so we've just found your litmus level.
Or I'm messing the fuck with you.
No, that's impossible. I'm unmessable. Speaking of something that's whatever segue, Flintstones. Search for Dino and Hoppy.
Whatever. Flintstones.
Flintstones. Search for Dino and Hoppy. I had this as a kid. This game has a very special place in my
Oh
heart.
dear God.
Oh, it's great. I love this. I was watching
There's a
this
big
footage.
difference between I love this and it's great.
I was watching this footage as I was putting it together for the run sheet and went, man, I want to play this game.
I
again."
reckon we've had this on the show before for
We have.
someone else.
We
Was it on a
have.
Game Boy as well?
No, well, this specific one is the one that I played.
Oh, I
and
didn't think he was
owned.
going to make that.
But yeah, fantastic game.
Good job, Brayden.
Now, the bit I like most, well, the bit that I've mentioned this on the show before, but this is the first game where I discovered a cheat. I discovered a way to skip part of
Like
the
you didn't
level.
read it.
No, I just...
You were the first person to discover this.
Well, I don't know. It was back in the 90s, so before we had the internet.
You should have published it.
I should have. But if we go to the second part there, Brayden,
Why is the dragon from Shrek in there?
if we go to this part here, you're in the... So see that elevator shaft on the right?
Hang on. I don't remember there being factories in the Flintstones.
He goes into the future, and this whole level is the Jetsons themes playing.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he gets the Jetsons to help him from memory. Anyway, you saw the elevator shaft. There's one there. So what you do is you go across the first...
Oh, it is a Jetsons thing. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You go across the first... it's a level that you have to go up like 5 or 6 levels to get to the boss at the top. So you go across the first level at the bottom. Then you get in the elevator and you press down and the jump and attack button at the same time. And he does this jump attack. But he goes up the elevator chute and then skips all the levels and he goes straight to the top. And I found that as a kid, and I still remember that to this day going, oh, wow, I found a cheat.
That's amazing. Those little robots look like mouses as well.
Yeah. This game's cool. In fact, I'm going to put this on Game Club, so eventually someone is going to have to play it with me.
I like that. That's a good idea.
How
Yabba dabba
did you play all these games?
I owned them on my NES.
Oh.
I've got it right here.
But it's a lot of games.
It is a lot of games. Thank you.
Jess, you live in this house.
Yeah. I know, but because when we
she's not allowed to go in the game room.
when I was younger and we lived in Darwin and we had, Jamie had a Super Nintendo. Jamie's my brother, and we would hire stuff from like Blockbusters or the video shop, and then you would be able to play more things. So I'm just wondering if you hired any games too.
I don't know if you know this about me. I've got a kind of an addictive personality where I just need things.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Huge revelations here on You Don't Know Video Games. But yeah, my parents sort of, in order to appease me, just bought me one game a year. And that was the game I got.
That was their love language.
Yeah. So
It's okay.
And again, back then, we've said many times during the NES era, you got 2 games a year. You got a game for your birthday and a game for Christmas. And that was it. And that's why they made these games so hard. One thing I did discover, however, going through all these videos trying to find them, a majority of these videos are long plays. All of these games only go for 45 minutes. But it's because like you die 3 times and that's it. You're back to the first level. Anyway, play that, everyone.
All right.
Next one. I'm talking a lot. I feel like I'm talking a lot.
You are talking a lot.
I'm going to speed run through these. TMNT, the Cowabunga Collection.
I got this.
You got this?
Hang on. Wait. No, I don't.
This is the collection of all of the Ninja Turtles 16
Oh, yes.
games.
I got this on the Switch.
Yes. Yeah. This is a great collection. It's got the arcade game in there. It's got the original NES Ninja Turtles game in there. Hell of a lot of fun. They're all designed just to eat your quarters, eat your coins. You'll never pass it unless you have the free credit installed. But this is my childhood. These games were everything to me, and it's just a fantastic collection to have them together. And they also include the really cool promotional stuff. Anyway, Cowabunga Collection, get it? On that note, the Simpsons arcade game, which is very much like the Spider-Man and very much like the Ninja Turtles arcade game. 4-player, side-scroller beat-em-up, based on the Simpsons. And
It's based on early Simpsons. Look at the hair.
Yeah. And it's designed to, again, eat quarters.
I don't think I ever played this one.
And this one was super rare in Australia for some reason. Don't know why. But the board now goes for stupid money. Very, very quickly, Simpsons Hit and Run, which we all know. Floppy, you want to give a quick rundown of Simpsons Hit and Run?
GTA rip-off where you drive around and run everyone over.
Yep.
I never actually figured out what the point of the game was. I just drove around and run everyone over.
You just had to complete missions, didn't you?
Was it just like drop off?
Brayden, you played this a lot.
Yeah, the aliens had the Hornet robots, and there was surveillance, and there was a whole conspiracy, and Bart's brain got sucked off, and all that stuff.
What?
So
Sorry, what?
what?
You heard me.
Okay. Doesn't seem very PG, that's all.
Or
it's The
good
Simpsons.
for a 10-year-old.
Well, I was banned from watching The Simpsons.
So was
I just don't think that The Simpsons translates well in 3D.
No?
No.
I tend to agree.
It looks like
Sorry.
an unfinished
Sorry,
game.
have you seen that Treehouse of Horror episode where Homer goes into that 3D?
That was good for
Yeah, but
2 minutes.
I'm talking about this.
Has
video
anybody seen
game
that film
thing.
Tron? No. I love Tron. Anyway, and the last video game you should play based on a cartoon, kinda, is Pokemon Yellow. Now the reason
That's
I
not
say
based on a... Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Make it stop.
You should come back all the time, Jazz.
Is that your safe word?
Make it stop.
What?
Oh dear.
Like, why is he doing that?
Because that's what Ben does.
It is.
So this is not based on a cartoon.
Yes. Green, red, and blue aren't based on the cartoon. However, yellow,
Which is red and green with a few little changes.
Yeah, and what are the changes? They add Jesse and James to it. You can collect all the starter Pokemon.
Okay.
And they have Ash and Gary as options for your.
Are you
names.
stretching it because you really wanted it in there?
No, it's based. This was known to be based on the TV. They added things
But it's
specifically from the anime.
They tweaked.
It is specifically made for the anime. You have Surfing Pikachu in there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you could have had Speed Racer on there.
I could have, but I wanted a good game.
Can you fast forward it a bit, Brayden?
Do a good part.
So the part of Pokemon that is Pokemon, you're like, nah, not this bit.
This is all those Pokemon games are, Jazz.
I'm like, nothing's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. The most accurate description of an early Pokemon game ever.
Like now it's happening. I'm just like, what is the other stuff?
This is the first game where you had Pikachu following you around.
This you just walked around purely to get to the other parts that you don't like.
Okay.
the game was...
This is all right. This is like that vampire game that Ben likes where he's chasing the bats all over the screen.
Yes!
With an axe.
It's like Vampire Survivors.
That was...
That's what we
what
should
it
have done.
looks like.
We should have got Jazz to describe games that I play, and you guys have to guess what they are.
Oh, can we do that as another segment at some point?
I'm pretty sure.
Except, how many times can you describe Fortnite?
Exactly. I was going to say there's like 4 games. You'll be pretty.
That's actually a good idea for a quiz game because
Yes.
we could just have Jazz watch a bit of gameplay and then have to describe it to you guys.
That's
We
like
get-
charades.
We get
Yeah.
my kids to
But
do
for
it.
video games.
Yeah.
There you go. There's some games based on cartoons. Jazz, out of those ones there, which one do you want to play the most? Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah, I
boom,
think the
boom.
DuckTales one.
Yeah.
The DuckTales one, then the Spider-Man one, and then what was the first one?
The first one was South
The
Park Stick
South
of
Park
Truth.
one. Look, if it's as funny as a TV show, yeah.
It is. It's very funny.
I've been
Yeah.
trying to buy DuckTales for the last 10 minutes and I can't figure it out.
What do you mean? Oh, the Xbox?
On the Xbox, yeah. I was trying to do it on my phone.
Oh, you sure? You've got the box.
I
'Cause you
like
gotta
the
go
look
on
of
the
the
Microsoft
Xbox one
Store.
and the traditional one.
Anyway, play DuckTales, everyone. It's great. And Flintstones. That's not so great, but whatever. Who cares? Speaking of not so great, Michael Towns.
Damn. He pays money.
Wow.
To be insulted. Anyway, Floppy, tell us about Michael
No, I
Towns.
think you need to make up for that.
Michael Towns is a 2-bit hack.
He's a genius because he can make video games. Come on.
Jazz, you tell us about Michael Towns.
Well, he makes video. I just think that anyone that makes video games is really clever.
I agree.
So
You know what?
a few
Probably
years ago, I went to AvCon for the first time, and I was like, people are just making video games. Because I'm like, there are the big studios that do this thing, but then there are people who are literally just making games, and
Yeah.
it's making something.
And Michael Towns has made many games. What games has he made, Floppy?
He's made Bonesy. He's made Scary Maze game. He's made the Floppy game. He's made the Floppy game 2, the Flopalypse. He's made Avcon 2017.
19?
Thank you, 19. Amongst a Concord D-Make. Oh, there's his pretty face.
Sorry. I've just remembered something that Michael Towns wanted me to show everyone.
Okay.
So keep on talking while
Was
I
it
try
a
and find
musical version of Revenge of the Sith?
It's not. But everyone should watch that.
Yeah, you can head over to hackthedino.com and
.com?
.com.
Oh.
Yes, .com. And you could head over to see Michael Towns on his own website.
And we couldn't figure
Etsy, I
out the Linktree login earlier, but Ben's going to add a link to the floppy game 2 there.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I
And
will.
you can either play them through there, or if you would really like to support Michael Towns, which I think everyone should, you can buy physical carts from them and they'll post them out too.
Michael
I
Towns.
think that's the thing. I hope, or I've just dubbed him in for doing postage.
Michael Towns, I know you're in the live chat. Can you please send me that link to that game that you made that I forgot about?
F2 the Flopalypse.
No, the other one that he made during a show one time, and he sent it to me after the show. And I keep forgetting to show
What?
you guys. Yeah.
It's Harshmallow.
No, no. They sent me Harshmallow. I haven't shown you that yet either. Whoops.
Townsy, you're crazy.
But yeah. Here it is. I found it. Don't worry, Michael Towns. I found it. Brayden, I'm going to send it to you in assets. All right. This part, I can guarantee is not going to go on the podcast. So this is special just for the live listeners.
I just bought DuckTales and installed it on my machine at home.
Good work.
Nice.
Did it take 4 seconds?
Hey?
Here we go.
Oh, wait, no, it's the new one, isn't it? It would have taken longer than 4 seconds.
All right. There you go, Brayden. Do you want to bring that up and give it a crack? You can play it live.
I'm waiting for the assets link.
It's not in assets. It's in group talk.
Okay, well, you're logged in on here, so I didn't get a notification.
Sweet.
Oh my, what in the shit is this?
Oh, colour me intrigued.
Oh my god, okay.
Here we go.
Dylan the Villain just bought
What is
DuckTales
this?
2.
Am I going to have to play this?
Yes, you have to play this.
Oh, Christ.
So here we are. What's on the screen there,
Oh.
Floppy?
Floppy Game 2.5. Floppy Ben.
Yep.
But there's a picture of Brayden. Oh my gosh, I couldn't see because of the camera. Is that a little Floppy Ben face?
Yep. It's alternating between my face and your face on a Flappy Bird.
Why
it
has
says-
science done this? Avoid
Now play it.
and tubes.
And down the bottom, you've got touch stick.
Oh my. Okay, so even better, you guys can't hear it because I have the headphones on. Every single time you flap, it's just Floppy saying shit, shit, shit. And then I died, and then it was Ben saying, is this really hard or is it just a bad game?
Oh, okay. So, people in the chat and people watching now, during the week, Brayden came over to my house and got my PC, lovingly named the Potato, ready for streaming. I think we've just found the
initial game?
the initial
The
stream,
warm-up game.
the very first stream. I think we
3,
found it.
4.
The inaugural stream.
Oh, 5. Bad luck, Brayden.
I think
Is
we
this a
found
really
it.
bad game or are they just being unfair? That's so funny.
Look at Anto's face. It's fantastic.
That's so funny.
So wholesome.
Townsy, you're ridiculous.
Townsy made this during a show.
Townsy, you are very broken. You're a broken person. I'm just saying that in the loveliest way.
Oh, no, I love him for it. It's fantastic. Michael Towns, what a genius. Is Michael Towns a genius, Jazz?
He's a genius.
That is a brain.
He's a
that does
rocket scientist, guys. That's like rocket science.
It's a brain that doesn't work
to
the same
make
as every other
games.
brain.
No.
You got that right.
Speaking of brains that don't work as other brains, we've got a Patreon where you can
We
join.
do.
Where you can help keep the mics on by heading over to hackthedino.com and clicking on the Patreon button there.
You can keep the mics on and the lights on.
You can. So come on over, spend some money, and we'll be grateful. Probably. Maybe. I can guarantee at least 2/3 of us will be grateful. Yeah, do you know there's an actual book, and I want it so bad. Like a kid is literally hat on backwards surfing a keyboard into the World Wide Website. It's freaking amazing. But, as you can tell, my co-hosts are fading because they're sick of my bullshit. And just remember, until next time, my bullshit is your bullshit.
And a donkey can fuck it.
Good night.